Hi, I'm Yvette Gray. If you've ever wondered how crash investigators determine the cause of a smash, then keep watching. We've been given exclusive access to see how the experts gather evidence from the scene. We're at the Victoria Police Academy, where Highway Patrol officers, major collision detectives and general police are honing their crash investigation skills. They've reconstructed a crash where the driver has clipped a curb, slid sideways into a pole and spun around. The students take measurements and search for evidence to determine the cause of the smash.
To work out how fast the car involved in that collision was travelling, we need to go back as far as what we can see any physical evidence. So for this scene that's set up here, the physical evidence goes back as far as where we can first see the tyre marks on the road. So we go back to that point and then we measure the radius of the curve that's left by the tyre mark. And from that we can input that into a formula which will then tell us how fast that car was travelling when it first lost control at that point.
While it's scientific when working out speeds and angles at a crash site, Janelle says the key to a good crash investigator is being thorough.
It's fairly rare that you can just follow along with the textbook says. You need to constantly think outside the square as to why and how something has occurred, and you need to make sure that you're 100% right. If you're talking about charging someone with a serious criminal offence that may involve up to 20 years in jail, which is applicable to many of the fatal collisions that we go to, it is imperative that we're not wrong.
You may recognise one of the students, Sergeant Ash Hodges, who appears on the Highway Patrol TV series. He's spent more than 20 years in road policing and says with changes to vehicles over the years, it's important to keep up to date.
I'm learning all the time. No two actions are the same. You've usually got different cars involved. And with the equipment and technology getting better in the cars, we're able to obtain more information from the cars and help us assist us in reconstructing the accidents, collisions.
Last year, 243 people were killed on Victoria's roads and a further 5,500 people were seriously injured. The main causes identified include speed, fatigue, driver distractions such as mobile phones, alcohol and drugs.
The only thing I do find often in relation to drugs is that it's not a factor on its own. So we tend to get speed on its own, alcohol on its own, but when we're talking about drugs, it's normally combined with something else. So it's combined with the alcohol, it's combined with the speed, it's combined with the fatigue.
And while there's been an increase in young women, men aged between 18 and 25 are the most likely to be involved in a serious crash.